Hey girl, happy Monday. It is Ms Sasha, and I am coming to you with your mindset mastery tip on today. This is a new series that I am starting just to kind of give you new perspective, new understanding, and new insight as we begin to move forward into creating the life of your dreams. By now, you should understand that creating the life of your dreams starts here. It's about reforming your mind, reframing your mind, and how you're seeing yourself and seeing life. And I'm gonna give you some tools and some tips to help you shift yourself by changing the perspectives. We understand that we overcome by the renewing of our mind. So, baby, here is your Monday mastery tip to help you shift and to adjust. As I was sitting and preparing for this, what came to me like a ton of bricks is just this quote that is, you gotta let it be okay. Whatever it is, remembering this, as you are mastering your life, you are the one who is in charge. There is no one outside who's going to be your knight in shining armor to come and save you from anything that's happening in your world, dear heart. And so I want you to understand that you have absolute control to grip your life and take control and make it what you want it to be. So as we're thinking of this idea of letting it be okay, think about all those things that are happening in your world that you just cannot let be okay. Those things which are absolutely bothering you, those things which are just too much for you to even bear, you have to let it be okay. Let's go through some examples. That relationship ended really traumatically, you gotta let that be okay. The circumstances of your life, you may not like where they at, you gotta let it be okay. Where you are in your current existence, you gotta let it be okay. Your body, your skin, your hair, you gotta let it be okay. There are so many times where these things are like gripping us and sucking the life out of us, and that is an absolute problem, and a problem that you can change by simply altering your perspective. If you choose to just let it be all right, understanding that all things do work for your good, that everything is always working to serve you and to lead you to a better, more fulfilling place, and that even the disdain, the hurt, the confusion, the lack of that moment that you just cannot get past, that is shifting you and leading you into a more whole and perfect future, a more whole and perfect tomorrow. How is that? Well, sometimes you need to go through really crappy situations so that you can understand that this is not exactly what I want, but this is what I want. And so think about that in your life. Where is it that you've gone through a really crappy, tough situation, but it's given you insight and perspective and has catapulted you into a new space of your life? You have to remember this, dear heart. Life is not out to fight you. Life is not out to give you the worst and to make it challenging. You are not out here trying to grow through some tests. You are not out here trying to do the most. No. Many times the encounters that we have in our lives are because we, number one, don't change our perspective. Number two, it's because we just don't understand and know how to do any better. But when you take the position where you understand that everything in life is here to serve me, here to make me a better being, then you begin to look at things as beautiful opportunities, understanding that you need dirt in order for plants to grow. You have to go through dark, confusing, damp, uncomfortable situations where you are breaking out. Honey, we all went through puberty. We know that was a crap show. Like, understanding that even in the moments that just don't feel right or comfortable or clear, that is okay. And in your heart, in your mind, you have to let that be okay. When you let that be okay, what happens is you allow grace to transcend you into a moment that is better. Many times we're stuck in a situation because we simply cannot take our focus and attention off of it. What would happen if you could take your attention off of that thing that you so deservingly do not like, you should have been treated better, it should have been different, whatever? What if you took your attention off of that and put it elsewhere, just for a season? What would happen is you would realize that thing very simply begins to remedy itself. Sometimes when you don't have the answers, all you gotta do is let your hands go of it and let the energy of life usher it and change it and transform it. But baby girl, you out here trying to control all the pieces. Don't you know you're a divine woman where all of life is here to flow through you? You don't have to make everything work. Just through your intention, your intentionality, through your focus, through your discipline, through your just being, you will notice that everything begins to serve and flow and work for you. You don't have to control it. That's a place of fear. Many times we're controlling things out of a lack, out of being fearful, out of not being aware of the fullness that we are. And because of that, you're walking through life half cocked. You're not operating on a full battery, dear heart, because so much of your life has been through you having to be the one in charge. You ain't got to be in charge. Things don't have to work out perfect. And thank God that they don't, because they are here to make you better. You have to let it be okay. Your exercise today, dear heart, is to think about those things in your life right now. Those three things that are bothering you right now that just make you say, oh, my goodness, my life. Oh, my goodness. I just wish he would. I just wish she would. I just wish it was more. Think about those things, three of those things. Write them on a piece of paper. And I want you to simply write underneath it, I will let it be okay. And then for the next week, give it a week. Just 7 days. Don't focus on those things so heavily. Instead, on the same piece of paper, write three things that you will do instead of filling your mind with that. This is what I'm going to fill my mind with instead. Let this exercise be one that showcases the spiritual principle of taking your attention off of one thing, placing it on another, and watching how it just begins to settle and remedy itself. But also, honey, you do not have to be taxed with things. You don't have to be burdened with nothing. Put your hands up. Let God deal with it. You ain't got to be the one to make it a thing. It's okay to just leave things in chaos. Leave things as they are. At some point, honey, you have to understand that your peace, your love, your energy is to be adored and cherished. And no one is going to cherish it, honey, until you do. So put those boundaries in place within your world, within your heart, within your mind. And sometimes that boundary looks like a brand new perspective. That boundary looks like, I am not going to care. I'm just going to let it do what it's going to do. Clearly, it's out of my control. I'm going to let it be what it is. I'm going to make peace with what it is, and I'm going to keep on moving. Think about your beautiful world, dear heart. There are so many things that are so beautiful and lovely happening in your life right now. And if you just put your attention on those things for 7 days, you'll begin to see such beautiful transformation. Not only the transformation and the peace of mind and the peace of heart that you will begin to walk in, but also you'll feel more clear. Also, you're not going to be so burdened by that heavy thing that you simply cannot remedy. If it could be remedied, beautiful woman, you would have already remedied it. But at this point, it's about letting God have his say, letting God have his turn, letting God do his thing, baby, so that you can walk in peace, harmony, love, and joyousness. I love you so much. I hope that this mastery tip has shifted you, has given you some new perspective, and has caused you to walk in a greater sense of divine clarity. You are the oracle of your own life. You are your knight in shining armor. No one's going to come rescue you. So put your feet to your faith and walk it out, honey. Go be that woman you see yourself being. With all of my love, this is Ms Sasha. I will talk to you again next week. And if you like this, please like, subscribe, share, and go ahead and get your girlfriend involved in this. Get this to your girl. Send it to her text. Send it to her inbox. Let her know God is right here for her right now. Her life can transform and it can change. And all she needs to do is say yes and trust that the energy of life will bring together all the tools that she needs so that she can walk in that new fulfilled truth that is sitting inside her heart. Mwah, much love. I will talk to you again, dear heart. Bye.